Okay, so it's core tutorial time, and first off we're going to be hitting the elbow plank, but before we do, we're going to mention the connecting core section of the longevity movement masterclass. Now please watch this, you're going to have all the details you'll ever need to help with your core work regardless of the exercise. So I'm not going to mention every single cue that's mentioned here because the video is very self-explanatory. I'm just going to pick up on a couple of key details. Essentially, when you come into any kind of core work, you want to make sure you are feeling it exactly where you want to feel it. In the case of the plank, you want to ensure you are not feeling it in the lower back. If you do, then come out of the exercise and stretch and go back in again. A child pose is a great way to finish the plank exercise itself, as can be seen right here. Okay, we're talking dead bugs. This is our second exercise for the core, and first off we have dead bug taps. As the name would suggest, you're tapping the floor gently with your heels. Now this is the easiest of the three versions, but it's still demanding on the core. Every time that leg comes down, you want to really engage the core to maintain your upper body position. Those same cues apply even with the single leg extensions. Obviously here, now the leg is coming out even further and it's stretching away from the body, not just kicking out. That is going to increase the amount of tension on the core, and you're going to have to work even harder to maintain that position and not let that lower back come off the floor. When we move to the double leg extension version, now it's heightened even more, and you really are going to have to maximally contract that core, get those ribs down in order to keep that back stable. Now this really works the entire core very, very well. Remain in control throughout. As you may notice there, the feet are pointing up. That is going to help you a lot when it comes to creating a posterior pelvic tilt and getting the core even more engaged. On the left here, you'll see a few more cues to run through, pursed lips being one of them, and that applies to all of these core exercises where you breathe through pursed lips to increase the core tension. Moving on, we're talking side plank. The first variation is the kneeling side plank. This is the easiest of the three versions. Now here you want to make sure that you do not drop or sag to the side. That is going to work your obliques very hard. So we're not moving, but we're working very hard in this position. Obviously you want to perform it on both sides. Even in the kneeling plank, you can make it slightly harder by elevating that arm. That is going to increase the tension, particularly on the lower side, the side that is closest to the floor. As we move on, we're going to the full arm elevated side plank. Now this takes it a step further. Here we've come off of the knees and we're onto our feet, but the elbow is still making contact with the floor. Now you're going to feel an increased amount of tension on those side obliques, but the whole core in general. Again, we work both sides. Now if we want to make this very dynamic, we can go with a rotation. Now here you want to maintain control. We are not just swinging our arms around and hoping for the best. We are maintaining that tension and keeping the movement nice and fluid, and we are in control. If we look from the side here, you can see how the shoulder stays nice and compact in that position. Obviously, again, we want to do both sides, and then as you do, you want to make sure that you have the same amount of control on both sides. As we see the coaching tips flash up on the left here, I'm just going to cover a couple more things, but essentially you want to make sure that you are in control the whole time, and whatever version you choose is a challenge for you personally. Finally, I really do encourage you to read the Longevity Movement Masterclass Connecting Core section, because it's really going to help you with all of your core work.
I hope you enjoyed that group of core focused exercises there. Please click the subscribe button below and check out theworkingbody.com for everything health, fitness and nutrition related, and I'll see you again very soon.